watching a championship basketball game. My blue cup. I'm just drinking ice water. So, we ordered a dining room table and from Amazon because if you've shopped for furniture lately, you know that what's not in stock right now is going to take a long time to get. So I was like, let's look on Amazon. And I found, what I thought would be a nice table. Had good ratings and everything. And ordered it. And it took like 4 days to get here. And then we both work weekends, so it took a little while before we could get to it. And when we did, we got it out of the box. The box looked beat, right? The box looked pretty beat, so we were like, uh-oh. We got it out of the box, and it was broken. So then we had to figure out how to repackage it into a box, or several boxes, because we couldn't get it back into one box, so we had to send it back. And it's just one thing these are fine because these are just like TJ Maxx. But if you want like the Jordans and stuff, sometimes you can find fresh Jordans. Like their kid wore them one time and they're selling them for, you know, $30. But you kind of got to know your shoe game, and I do not. That's not my department here. I have enough departments here. Okay, this is highly recommended. This came highly recommended. Dawn Power Wash Spray. So I grew up using Dawn. My mom was pretty cheap, but she did not skimp on. We never had generic dish soap. We always had regular Dawn, and now this Dawn is like that Dawn times 10. I have not tried it yet, but I've had several recommendations from clients and stuff. Like, they're like, okay, so you have to try, because I talk about how disgusting the baby is and how he gets everything, like food on everything, and they're like, you have to get the Dawn Power Wash, like just spray it on your more. I've heard more like laundry tips for this than anything else, but like just spray it on your clothes, like the food stains, just spray it on there before you wash it, or like let it sit for a little bit. Also for like those marinara stains, so if you cook a lot of like spaghetti or zoodles and you use marinara, even like barbecue, like meatballs, for whatever reason that stains. It stains Tupperware, it stains the baby's high chair. And I heard this works really good for that. This is the Dawn Platinum Power Wash Apple Scent. And I just got this at Target. I don't remember how much, maybe $4. Don't quote me. So that is that. Okay, back to sports. The fiance is a big Dallas Cowboys fan, and he's a big fan of smoothies. So this is kind of like a double. I got this at Ross for $4 for him, and it like made his day. He was over the moon. So, and then we just dropped one of those little smoothie balls in there, you know, so you can shake up your drink. When he was working, okay, so the third shift thing is finally over, but when he was working third shift for like the whole first few weeks, I was making, like he would go lay down at, you know, whatever time just to get a few hours of sleep before his shift, and I would make a smoothie and stick it in the fridge, and then if you put the ball, like that little metal ball in there with the rings, and then he would just shake it up, kind of thicken it up, and drink it at work. So it's really good for like to-go smoothies. And then he can be sporty, go sports. I like the bowls, and that's about it. Like, I really just am not into sports. If I'm at a game, I'll enjoy like a quarter of the game, and then I'm like, go walk around, you know. Alright, a few more things. This is just wood tapping on one of my son's blocks. He recently got blocks, which I was like, oh, what a mess, but it is recommended for, you know, their brains, so I have to suck it up and let there be blocks all over my home. Like, I trip about 10 times a day, because he doesn't play with them traditionally yet. He kind of just like takes them and hides them. Like, you'll find these in the garbage, you'll find these in like the plants. The toilet. You will find these in the toilet. But I always did like wood tapping. Really, the only tapping I'm not a fan of personally is metal tapping. you just pass out. So I watched the one she did of Luca Magnotta. So if you haven't watched Don't F with Cats on Netflix, Luca Magnotta is the criminal in that. He's the murderer in that show. This is, see, like, I'm not a big fan of this kind of tapping either. It's just too high pitched for me. That's better. I believe I got this at like TJ Maxx in the dead of winter. Not that it feels like we're not that far from that, but we did get some 50-degree days. Although some of it, like we've had 3 50-degree days lately, and a lot of it was just rainy and miserable, so it's not helping. The one day that the sun was out, we did get outside, and I need to get outside. Like my legs, they need some sun. My feet need some sun. Like, it's time to get these feet prepped for warm weather. Now this is just a if you hear some like kind of yelling, the baby started like hitting and sometimes even biting when he gets like frustrated, so it's normal. You just say like, no, you need to be nice. If you know, you know. I mean, it's a thing. He's not a Luca Magnotta, alright? This is a 5-hour energy. I don't take these. But the floor guys left this here, so I guess it's just here for if we ever have an emergency, but I won't drink this. I drink my coffee. I drink half-calf coffee. I haven't had one of these in at least probably 15 years. Like when they first came out, I probably used to drink these. Okay, last one. This is a Scentsy. They are wax melts. And this is jammy time. Oh, it smells so good. I don't know what the notes are. It's not that hard to print the notes of the product on the product, especially when you're paying, you know, like more than what you'd pay if you got one at a store. You know, just put the notes on the product. Like, right there. Easy peasy, right? But jammy time is, obviously it's like a bedtime scent, so I'm guessing there's probably lavender or chamomile or something, but it's also got like a freshness. And I love like fresh bedtime scents because like there's nothing like getting into bed with some fresh washed sheets and like soapy when you're all soaped up, like clean, and your sheets are clean. Like that is just sensory heaven, sensory seeking heaven. Alright, so that was, I don't know, maybe like 10 blue triggers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, plus my cup and my shirt. 11 blue triggers. I love blue in April, like April showers. So April for me